Hello, Professor Hamm. You're currently Chairman of the Board of Directors. Thank you very much for joining us. When was your first ECR and how has the meeting changed since then?
Oh, that's a very interesting question, since I attended the ECR every year right from the beginning in '91. And I can say that the ECR has continuously improved and changed. There is a significant improvement in the scientific presentations, significant improvement in the educational courses, and of course the design of the ECR. It's always up to date, very fascinating. And this makes me curious how it would look like every next year. So, and finally, I think people love to come here to Vienna, to the ECR, to exchange their experiences and findings and to communicate.
Of course. So it's your anniversary too, then?
Yeah, for sure.
And you were Congress President in 2015 and 2018 and introduced many innovations. What are your favorite ones?
Yeah, of course, since I attended all the ECRs as a president, you're thinking what might be the next innovations. So let me just name a few of them we introduced in 15 and especially in 18. For example, we reshaped the format of the scientific sessions and education sessions because they had all different names, which is difficult to understand. So we made the reshaping in 2015, for example, the Rising Stars program, then the European Diploma Prep sessions, the Beauty of Basic Knowledge, and the ECR Academies and the ECR Masterclass. So hopefully this is much better to understand by the participants. In addition, in 2018, we started an additional, completely new scientific program, which is called My T3, which says, please present your thesis in just 3 minutes. And this was a risky experimental procedure in 2018. It was very well accepted, so we will continue with this very short scientific presentations, and by surprise, people love it. And then we started another program, a support program, which is called Shape Your Skills program for the radiographers. And we started in 2018 the so-called CUBE, which is dedicated to those people, intervention radiologists and the special residents who want to touch and feel intervention radiology, just to have some training with phantoms. And it was very well accepted in 2018. And this year in 2019, it's 3 times bigger. And it is very well perceived by the people who would love to learn more and to feel intervention radiology. Also by the industry companies, they love to have this communication. And let me just name one more innovation from 2018. We had this professional challenge session in the traditional way, but we would love to have it more attractive. So we changed it to the coffee and talk session. So this is more an open discussion forum so that people come in, have a very short presentation, and then we will start the interactive discussion. So these are just some innovations. But finally, it is not the question if I like these innovations, because it's more important how these innovations are accepted. And since the additional presidents of the ECR continued with these innovations from 2015, and now Lorenzo Derke with the innovations from 2018, it looks like that it works. And of course, I would love to mention that these are not only my ideas. This was the idea in the communication of many colleagues with whom I like to thank that they gave their input. And of course, many inputs from the colleagues from the Program Planning Committee 2015 and 2018. So many thanks to those colleagues.
And then starting this year, the ECR will also go on tour, right? Can you tell us something about the Best of ECR program?
Yeah, I have to tell you a story. After last year's ECR, several colleagues came to me and said, wow, this was so great, like every year, but this was really great. And we are coming from other continents, and most of our colleagues don't have the time or the money or to travel to ECR every year. Might it be possible that you come to us? And then I was thinking about, okay, why shouldn't we pick 12, 15 excellent speakers from ECR and that we travel to another continent? This was the basic idea of the Best of ECR. So we will travel this year in October to Brazil, to their national congress, and we will present with 12 to 15 excellent speakers from ECR. Everybody has to give 3 to 4 lectures under the umbrella which is called Best of ECR. So this year we'll go to South America. In 2020 we will visit Canada, and in 2021 possibly China. So this
Very
was
nice.
the story behind the story.
And there are many lectures on AI this year at the ECR. What do you think are the main benefits of AI for radiologists?
Of course, AI is a hot topic in every radiological congress, like the ECR this year and possibly also next year. And in my point of view, there is still a big gap between vision and reality. Finally, I'm quite optimistic concerning AI, because AI will be a tool in radiology to help us to cover with the continuously increasing workload in radiology. However, as a radiologist community, we have to take care that we are still in the driver's seat of AI in our discipline.
Yeah, makes sense, yes. You fostered very close relations to the Chinese Society of Radiology. How has the Chinese radiological community benefited from this cooperation?
I would say that both of us are benefiting, because we have an increased cooperation and communication with the Chinese society and in general with the Asian community in radiology. And finally, we are extremely happy that we had the chance in 2018 to translate 500 selected presentations into Mandarin. And believe it or not, these presentations were visited in China more than 700,000 times, bringing also ECR to China, so that's even more visible, and it is supporting our communication and exchange.
And if you could start over, go back to your student years, would you still choose radiology, and why?
Oh yes, I would love to go back to the students' time. Okay, but yes, for sure I would choose radiology again. The question might be, why did I choose radiology at that time? It was my father who worked as a radiologist, and I have seen what he's doing. And still, from that time, it was fascinating how he's making diagnoses as a radiologist on images, definitely with completely different methods compared to today. And this is another important thing, that radiology is so innovative, which is very attractive, and for sure, this will help us to increase the value of radiology and also to protect our jobs. And yes, I would choose radiology again as my job.
Thank you very much for the interview. Thank you for your time, and enjoy your time in Vienna.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Thanks.